Hello, everyone! Today we're taking a trip to a forest village, home to an ant and a grasshopper who couldn't be more different. I wonder what's going to happen to them. Look at our little ant friends. They're wiggling their bottoms and bustling about, working hard to gather emergency food for the winter. But wait, right in the middle of all these busy ants, I spy someone just chilling under a nice cool shade. Ta-da! Let me introduce Mr. Grasshopper, looking sharp in his flashy green suit. Instead of working, he's fallen head over heels in love with music. He's such a fantastic violin player that even the butterflies stop to dance as they flutter by. Watching the ants work non-stop, he just gives them a relaxed smile and plays them a beautiful melody. One of the ants looked at him with worried eyes and said, "Grasshopper, what are you going to do when winter comes? You'll starve. If you don't gather food now, you're in big trouble." But the confident grasshopper just gave his violin bow a fancy twirl and replied, "Oh, don't worry. My music is pure magic. It makes you forget all about being hungry." You see, to the grasshopper, living in the beautiful melodies of today was way more important than worrying about tomorrow.
Now, isn't this surprising, everyone? The truth is, the ants actually loved the grasshopper's music. Hearing that upbeat rhythm while carrying heavy loads was like the best energy drink ever for them. As they worked and wiggled to the grasshopper's tunes, before they knew it, their pantry was packed to the brim with delicious berries and grains.
Well, it finally happened. The freezing winter winds blew in, and the whole forest turned to ice. It's absolutely freezing outside, but inside the anthill, it's incredibly cozy and warm. Thanks to all their hard work during the summer, the ants are having a wonderful time sharing delicious food without a single worry. But they can't help but worry about a certain someone out there shivering in the cold.
Suddenly, a weak, trembling voice came from outside the door. Friends, it's me, the Pavarotti of the forest, Grasshopper. When they opened the door, there stood the poor grasshopper, tears streaming down his face. He was so confident in the summer, but now he looks so small, beaten by the hunger and the cold. He hung his head low, deeply regretting that he hadn't prepared for the winter.
But the ants didn't turn him away. Instead, they welcomed him in with warm smiles. You know, your gift of music was a big reason we were able to work so well and stay strong. The ants totally acknowledged how much his artistic talent had helped them. Isn't it just beautiful how they embraced their friend's mistake with such warm hearts? A bowl of hot soup was all it took to melt the grasshopper's frozen heart. Deeply touched by the ant's kindness, he made a promise. "Guys, thank you so much. Next year, I promise I'll sweat and work right alongside you." Seeing them care for one another makes this cold winter night feel as warm as a spring day. I guess it's nothing but happy days from here on out, right? Wow! It's party time! As beautiful melodies flow from the grasshopper's fingertips, the ants just can't help but dance. With amazing food and fantastic music, the anthill has become the happiest place on earth. On this magical night, where the value of hard work meets the beauty of art, the friendship between these forest friends grows deeper than ever.
And that brings us to the end of today's story. We saw how the ant's hard work gave them a warm winter, right? And to show his gratitude, the grasshopper used his violin to warm everyone's hearts even more. We all have different talents. Instead of just thinking about ourselves, if we find what makes our friends awesome and praise them for it, our lives will be just as joyful as that ant hill party. Always remember to respect and care for one another. See you next time. Bye.